Hey everybody, Pastor Matt here from Eden Worship Center. There's two things in this world that we all hate. Number one is the way things are, and number two is change. It's surprising, in fact, it's almost embarrassing in retrospect as we look back to how quickly we latched on to things and thought, well, I think it's going to be like this forever. Let me give you a couple crazy examples of this. An economist named Irving Fisher on October 16th in 1929 said this: stocks have reached what looks like a permanent high plateau. Anybody know what happened 1 week later? That's right, the stock market crashed in 1929. Black Tuesday, you probably learned about it in school. Here's another good example. A guy named Frank Knox, he was the U.S. Secretary of the Navy, on December 4th in 1941 said, whatever happens, the U.S. Navy is not going to be caught napping. 3 days later, Pearl Harbor. For about 2,000 years, devout Jews, God's chosen people, had been working to keep the old covenant, to keep the law of God. Surrounded in a world full of other gods, small g, and idols and pagan sacrifices, and the one true God had given them specific examples, specific instructions in how he was to be worshipped. Examples like in Exodus 25, verse 40, that gave specific requirements for what the tent of meeting should look like. And he says, and see that you make them after the pattern for them, which is being shown to you on the mountain. We see it the same thing, those specific instructions, Deuteronomy chapter 6, verses 4 through 9, for how we are to teach and keep the law in the old covenant. It says, hear, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one. You shall love the Lord your God with all of your heart, with all of your soul, with all of your might. These words that I command you today shall be on your heart. You shall teach them diligently to your children. You should talk about them when you sit in your house, when you walk by the way, when you lie down, when you rise. You shall bind them as a sign on your hand, and they shall be as frontlets between your eyes. You shall write them on the doorposts of your house and on your gates. You see, God himself defines how he is to be worshiped and what that relationship is to look like. This week, this coming Lord's Day, we're going to be looking together at Hebrews chapter 8. As God says, into that context, through the writer of Hebrews, to the people who had followed those laws for 2,000 years, he says, something new has come, something better has come. There are better promises that God has for his people. The gospel is better. So I hope you can join us as we worship together this Sunday. Until then, maybe grab your Bible, read through Hebrews chapter 8 to just prepare your heart. So hopefully we will see you then. God bless you.